Children exposed to too much violence in the household. Wow, what a mouthful. Today I'm going to show you a chart. It's called the emotional scale. It's numbered 0 through 10. 0 being, hey, I'm great, I can start my day, got everything right here. With 10 being, uh-oh, I think I'm in escalation, I don't know how to get out. And then there's 5, and then there's 4. As I'm starting to do this talk, I'm starting to feel a little bit 4 or 5. I'm a little unsure of myself. I know my topic, but I want to present it in a way that I feel more like a 0 or a 1. Confident, let's get this going. Now, some of our children who come from violence in the household are feeling very unsafe and insecure. Not just once in a while, but mostly all the time. So as I look at this scale, I like to show my students, where are you today? You know, Monday mornings are always really kind of hard because we don't know what happened in the world on the weekend. So I like to do a check-in. You know, they'll come in and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And then you can kind of see if they're a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, what do they need? Do they need to go swing on the swing? Do they need to go in the gym, run around? Do they need to play in the therapeutic sand? Do they need to color? Each kid deals with his or her issue in a different way. I have one student who just loves to color, and as they are coloring, they open up more and feel more relaxed, and they could go from a 5 to a 1 in about 15 minutes. I have some students who just love to swing. They love that motion back and forth. And so we'll talk about how they're feeling. They might say, I'm only a 3, and I'm like, oh, I see you're mainly more of a 6. And then by the time they're done with the sand or swinging or in the gym, they'll say, oh, you know what, I feel like a 2. I think I can go back to class. And so what I want to talk to you today is about, at every age, there's some warning signs and about being exposed to violence in the home. And so younger children, age 5 and younger, they'll be more irritable or fussy or even have difficulty calming down. Now this is kind of true throughout the ages. It's hard for these children to calm down when they feel in that tense moment, maybe like a 5. So we have to help them get down to a 2 by giving them some tools. Some younger kids become easily startled. Some resort to behaviors common in the younger years, like sucking their thumb, or fear of the dark, or bedwetting. So, you know, in the morning you might see some, if they're pretty tired, you might want to ask them how they're doing, or point to the chart. Hey, what do you think? And some will even have frequent tantrums. Some will even cling to their caregivers. You know, like when mom or dad drops them off in the morning, they don't want to leave them. They have that feeling of unsafe and insecure. So what we try to do as educators is make our room and ourselves be as safe and secure as possible. And now I'm going to talk about elementary children age 6 to 12. They have difficulty paying attention. You know, imagine that kid sitting in the back and he just can't pay attention. He's fidgeting, he's off his chair, he's on his chair, his pencil drops, and then you think, oh, wow, this poor kid, I wonder what's going on in his world. Then how are they supposed to, you know, remember their shorts for gym class or lunch money? It's just a tough day to start. And some of them become upset and withdrawn. Some will feel scared, and some even like to pick fights. You know those kids on the playground who always want to fight with somebody just to get that anger out because they really can't or don't know how to talk about what's going on inside their world. Some want to be left alone. You know those kids, don't talk to me, I'm okay, I'm fine. Those you might want to keep your eye on because they won't do a check-in. They're not sure. They don't want to, some just get in trouble in school constantly. That just seems to be their way of dealing with all their pain. Now the teenagers aged 13 through 18, some will talk about the event, some will find that safe person to really confide in. Some of these teens will engage in risky behaviors. We just don't know what's going on until they feel safe and secure with you. Some want to be alone. Some experience nightmares. Some will turn to drugs and alcohol. So you really, really want to help these kiddos out. Some emotional signs to look out for is depression, mood swings, and fearful or anxious behaviors. I see that a lot, the anxious behavior. And that's why I like to do the therapeutic sand or swinging or drawing and coloring. We just have to help these kids heal and feel safe and secure. Thank you.